So, Abby, this is your IFR mock oral exam. You're looking at me like Chicken Joe. Give me those Chicken Joe eyes.
Bro,
This is one how to...
Cute. That looks cute.
Oh, that is like
cute. Oh, that's broken. Camera looks good. It's recording. The lighting looks gorgeous.
That's
like way too beautiful.
Way too beautiful. It's actually too beautiful. We should make it ugly.
I know.
Yeah.
It's true. We should.
Hello. How's it going?
I was gonna say, hey y'all, Abby, y'all already know me. So Hannah came.
Hello.
She got her coffee. Caffeinated.
Yes, how to get a coffee. Hello, my name is Hannah, and I am a CFI working on my multi-engine rating currently, and I also fly tailwheel aerobatics in my super decathlon, so that's a little bit about me. I've been on Abby's channel once a while ago when I first started out with aerobatics to do a little Q&A. I am back now to do a mock oral exam for Abby's instrument rating check ride, which is coming up really soon. I just put together a few things that I think are really important to focus on for your instrument rating oral exam, and we're gonna do it. So
we're gonna get started right now because we gotta go fly too. So when you are in Class A or you're on an IFR flight plan or in IMC weather instrument meteorological conditions.
Can you think of one more?
I believe there is 4.
There's quite a, there's one or two more, so. Also, I would, just to tweak, I mean, just to nitpick if anything.
No, yeah, please
I would
nitpick.
say yes, in IMC that is technically correct. I would say for the check ride, I would word it in less than VFR weather minimums, because you can still not be in technical IMC, but it's still not legal for VFR. You could be having a visibility.
I was thinking of that, when I said it. Yeah,
but that's just kind of a very nitpicky thing. He wouldn't roast you on that, but I'm just trying to really nitpick. So we'll get to anything that I could find like that, where you could elaborate a little bit more or not. Good job keeping your answers concise too. Of course, you know that that's the most important thing for these check rides. Your Garmin 430. Let's say you're taking the check ride with the 430 over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are a few things that you're going to check kind of during your pre-flight for your GPS?
So you're asking only about what I would check on the GPS?
On the 430 GPS, the unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like the other instruments. So
Yeah, just
definitely
430.
check that the database is current, because there's been some times where it wasn't, and then we couldn't go on the IFR flight plan. So check the database is current. Check that it's on, that it boots up.
Oh yeah.
Check that the date is right and everything looks good, and also I have to check rain, unfortunately, because that plane does not have WAS.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And then there's one thing that you also have to have on board. Also, why am I holding this? There's one thing that needs to be on board the plane too for the GPS that we need to check to make sure it's just on board.
ADSB.
The GPS.
Could you elaborate, or I'm just gonna say I don't know, but
So the manual. Make sure that the manual for the 430.
Hold on, really?
Yeah, it should be on board. And that's for an autopilot too. If you have an autopilot, you've got to have the autopilot manual on board. There's gonna be someone in the comments that just roasts me that's incorrect. One of these, but
I know, right?
basically, if you're on an LPV approach and you're using your Garmin 430, what will the unit do if you lose GPS integrity? If it can't establish, if it loses its connection or if it has a problem, what's the unit gonna do?
So you're asking me about the visual, literal message it will show me?
Yes, what will it do? It is in your book as well. So I know it's in the 430. I'm very familiar with the 430, so.
Oh, snap. No, he's gonna be
So I know it's in the manual there.
judging me the plane. It should say an INTEG sign in the bottom left. I've never seen it. I have not seen it.
Well, so if you're on an LPV approach, so you have LPV in the bottom left, it's going to revert to an LP. So it's just going to step you down if it can't maintain enough position to still give you LPV.
So if integrity is lost, it doesn't show the integrity. Because I've actually never shot an LPV on the 430 on that plane.
Oh, we don't have WAS.
Yeah, so we don't.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, so then that doesn't apply to you. Okay. Yeah.
So the INTEG does apply though, because it wouldn't say that.
Okay. I might have also worded that weird. I think I might have asked the question weird, but basically I guess it's just good to know that it'll just revert down. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. What's the difference between LP, LPV, and then LNAV/VNAV?
Man, I studied this and it was
No worries.
lot.
These are, yeah, this is a fun one.
So LPV, I'll start with this. LPV, as far as I know from studying, and depending on IACA and FA, but it's basically a precision approach and it has very low minimums. And one of the biggest differences, without WAS, you cannot shoot an LPV. You're stuck on the LNAV. So we do LNAV on that plane.
Did you just say that LPV was a precision approach?
I said it's essentially a precision approach. It's very close to
I'd
it.
be very careful in the
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not, legally, not officially. But yeah, you're right, I probably should just not.
Because there's only one precision approach, really, that we can fly, and that's the ILS.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question, is LPV a precision approach?
No, I know it's not. I know it's not,
Cool.
but it's like very, very close to
It
one.
basically like is.
Because even the minimums are like 200 feet.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's not a precision approach?
I'm gonna say no. I know I studied it. I don't believe I remember.
It's not like a big ticket item. It's literally just like this piece of paper from the FAA that I guess just, I don't know. They just haven't done it.
Which is why it's like
It's so
essentially
weird.
it is, but it's not.
It is, but
Which
it's
is
not.
just so weird.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take an L on the LPV versus LNAV. I know
Yeah.
it's lateral navigation only, and then LPV is lateral and vertical, so it's got both. It's got the cross just like an ILS. I know that is one of the main differences. I don't know enough to continue and give a longer answer.
Totally. There's like a few differences between like the LNAV like /VNAV, and then there's like, I think there's an LNAV like plus one as well.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. So LP is just localizer performance, so you have no glide slope. So it's only acting like a localizer, which means that, and then this is the part where I'm racking my brain for it, but I believe that as you go towards it, it's going to get more and more sensitive. Whereas the other ones, LNAV, VNAV, and I would look this up, don't call me on it, but so with your instrument rating, because you haven't really been flying, you've only been flying with the 430 and then occasionally the 530.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to fly with the G1000?
So, that is a good question. So you're saying like a flight school, like if I had a friend?
Yeah, like would you be allowed to just go and rent a G1000 and fly on an instrument flight plan with the G1000?
So, I don't want to say that's exactly a type rating. Personally, I would not fly with it because I don't have proficiency with it, and in IFR that's super... No, I wouldn't do it. And I want to say you're not allowed to, because if you're renting from a flight school, like this flight school, they have two 172s, but 172 has more upgraded avionics, and they don't let you fly that unless you have to be checked out in the specific aircraft and the specific avionics. So my answer is no.
You are allowed to.
Okay.
You can go hop into a G1000. So you're allowed to. So type rating, be careful with that too. That would be like for a citation. That's a plane that you need a type rating for specifically. You don't need a type rating for like anything really out on this ramp. I really like that you said proficiency because that's a buzzword that the examiner is really gonna like. So like if you say like, even though I'm allowed to, it wouldn't be a good idea because I don't have a lot of experience. Well, anyways, have you developed any personal minimums for your new instrument ticket?
Yes. Okay, so my answer for the DPE is yes. I'll show them the paper.
Excellent.
For you, I don't have it with me. It is
Excellent.
in my checkride binder, and I've like upgraded it from my PPL.
That is the perfect
Things,
answer.
yeah.
When I
I
did mine, I pulled out that sheet, and that's perfect. So.
They'd be super worried if you said no, huh?
Oh, I know. Right?
They'd probably be like,
No, I don't. I'm invincible.
right?
Can you file IFR to an airport that doesn't have an approach?
I want to say you can if it's going to be VFR weather, and if you
Yeah.
can definitely see and have a contact full visual approach.
Yeah, you've got to be able to, I believe it's descend from the MEA under basic VFR weather minimums. Flying an IFR cross country, what are a few things that you take into consideration when you're choosing your route?
So I have a process I go through for planning across country, but for a route, You definitely want to take in terrain and the MEA and weather, because sometimes the weather isn't, the ceilings aren't high enough for you to even do the MEA. You just want to think of that ceilings and be able to see the. I'm getting off track, so I'm just stop talking because I need to get it short. So,
how about like, I guess if you're departing a certain direction, are there things that you could look up in the chart supplement US that could give you maybe a suggestion for a route, or like
so your cruising altitudes?
Maybe, yeah, but kind of more of like, are there routes that might appear in the AFD, or I always call it the AFD, Chart Supplement US. I always call it AFD. Are there, is there a place in there that you could look to maybe get your route from? So when you're selecting your route for cross country.
I feel like this is so obvious. So you always want to fly as direct as possible. You want to go along a Victor Airway. That's typically what I do. But that's not the answer.
But how would you pick the Victor Airways? Where would you go on the Chart Supplement US to pick that Victor Airway?
3 hours later.
You mean preferred routes?
Preferred routes, yeah. Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, so what happens in the app is it will pop up and show me preferred routes.
It shows you. That's really nice. Okay, that's what I was going for. I was like, preferred routes.
Preferred routes, okay, I just wasn't
Preferred
saying the
routes,
word. Yeah,
no worries
yeah.
at all. Okay, good. You know what
Because
preferred
you're just like
routes
looking
are.
at me.
Those are, if you go up to your checkride and you've used like a preferred route for your...
They're happy, right?
Yeah, they're stoked.
It's looking pretty good to go get out there. Just so fun.
That's what I'm saying, like our minds are like, I feel like physically changed because of COVID.
That's really true,
You know,
actually.
like just the way that we think about and socialize and the way that we like approach people and the way that we talk and
That's true.
the way that we navigate. I feel like we're just different.
Yeah.
We're here, we're kicking.
Yeah. We're still flying, which
still
is
flying.
like, I'm still working too, which is a huge blessing in itself. Cause like,
Oh my God,
when it
yeah.
first started, the airport was dead, bro. Like it was a ghost town, and I was like, am I gonna like keep my job or like,
or what?
bro? I feel you though. Another thing about it is just,
Sorry.
trying to be serious.
I
I feel like you brace for impact, and now in a way it's like I mean, you use humor to process everything, but now it's almost like it's really bad news, and I like will crack a joke about it, or I'll just be like, oh well, 2020, you know, and I feel like it's made a lot of people hardened, you know, because it's been a year.
The whole like 2020 like kind of punchline. I feel that. I look like a square probably. I don't know what. Sometimes when my hair is parted a weird way, it kind of like makes me look like a square. So
I look like a wild island chicken because my bun.
You look like Chicken Joe from Surf's Up.
Bro, people have actually said they're like, you're literally just Chicken Joe. Because I'm always like,
or Chicken Joe. You have like kind of a similar like pretending like I'm the DP with like short answers.
pretending I'm like a little bit more scared of you too.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that I just like growled at you too.
It's gonna be a weird video, but it's okay. It's my channel. What else is new?
Oh, I know. And me.
Oh yeah, like if COVID, like if we die or like COVID, like at least I don't have to pay for flight tickets.
He needs some milk.
It's so bad, but.